Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to TAW Hostile Intentions, live from the Dunstable Leisure Centre. My name is the Mastermind, Olie Spring.
And of course, you've got me here. It's the killer. It's Kyle Brand. Absolutely awesome tonight. Now, kicking off this first match is going to be the loudmouth that is Taylor Made and Stephen John Quinlan versus Samson and Mr. E.
Of course, Taylor Made opened the show last time we saw him too at TAW Destiny. Here he is again, kickstarting the show. I guess this is what happens when you interfere in Samson's business.
Now, yeah, that's what happened in Milton Keynes' Destiny. Samson came out to stop Taylor Made, kick the living hell out of Headcase.
Yes, yeah. Taylor Made was pounding Seven Shades out of Headcase. Jigsaw was out of the picture as well. Samson came in to make the save, as all good guys should do. Taylor Made took exception to that and cost Samson the match that he had later on in the evening against Andy Rain. So I guess this is going to be Taylor's comeuppance for getting involved in Samson's business.
Now, recently in the TAW Academy and Training.
Oh, he's got the mic. Taylor Made always has something to say.
Always does, doesn't he?
Crowd don't look like they want to shut their mouths. I'd go and fight him.
Yes, I would. I think I would. I think I'd easily beat him, along with many other TAW roster stars that I think I could have as well. Now, what I was going to say is Taylor Made and Samson. I don't know if it's been publicly known, but there was a case of security needed to split them up in the TAW Academy training sessions earlier on in the week. So this one's going to be a bit tasty.
Well, finally they'll be able to get their hands on each other. I said we know Taylor Made is pretty angry. Samson can't be too happy either. What do we make of Steve Quinlan wrestling, coming out again in his suit?
Well, as we saw in Milton Keynes' Destiny, Stephen Quinlan wasn't meant to wrestle, and he got a pretty big pounding from the Asylum of all people.
Yeah, he took a hell of a beating that night.
Certainly did. So it'll be nice to see him, got a bit of preparation against Samson, one of the heavyweights of TAW, and of course a true gentleman as well as Mr. E.
Of course, yeah. No, we saw Mr. E. Last time we saw him, he was getting beaten up by Paul McSherry, so fingers crossed he fares slightly better tonight.
Yeah, I think he's recovered and come out of hospital and recovered from any injuries involved there. But I think the one that fans want to see is it's got to be Taylor Made and Samson going head to head.
I cannot wait to see Samson kick the crap out of Taylor Made. He definitely deserves it after the way he runs his mouth off. And of course the way he interrupted the match last time when Samson was trying to take down Andy Rain.
Well, I've just noticed is Steve Quinlan's taken off his shirt already.
Wow.
And he's in some sort of vesty trouser tie.
Well, he's bound to fare slightly better than his shirt and tie combo that he wore at Destiny.
I'm not sure I'd keep the tie on. It's good for the opponents like Samson to grab hold of in case of need.
That's true. Of course, bringing up shades of IRS for any of those who remember the 80s well. Now, if you're Stephen John Quinlan III, as he likes to be known, how confident would you be going up against the veteran that is Samson?
Put it one word, not 2 words, not very.
Get the feeling that Mr. Quinlan's going to get a schooling here from Samson. We've seen Samson go through some wars. Surely he's going to make light work of Stephen.
Well, Samson, as we all know, has been in the business for 10 to 20 years, and Stephen Quinlan, this is his second, third, fourth bout. So
so he's very green. So I say early suggestions 10, 20, maybe even 30 or 40 years for Samson. He's been around for quite a while.
Certainly has, and as we've seen, Samson quite easily taking down Steve Quinlan.
Which we expected to see ultimately. Ringing that arm nicely there. Stephen Quinlan not really able to mount any offense at this point.
Now, knowing Steve like I do, he's wanting Taylor Made to be in that ring instead of him, like any other person. As we know, Taylor Made's been in the business for a good couple of years now, and he knows his way around the ring. So I'm sure Stephen Quinlan would want him in there instead of himself. However, by the looks of Taylor Made, he doesn't look like he wants to get involved in Samson's business at the moment.
No, of course, you remember at Destiny that Taylor Made literally threw Mr. Quinlan to the wolves that were the Asylum. Really didn't seem too fussed that his partner and manager was getting a pounding. Guess that shows the attitudes of Taylor Made. He's more than happy to sit on the ring apron while his tag team partners taking the punishment.
No, we know Taylor Made. He can talk the talk, but he can also walk the walk.
He can do, it's surprising the way he always takes the low road and gets out of town. Saying that, he's just tagged himself in, and they can't even take the big man down.
No.
So that's a dislocated shoulder right there by the looks of it.
Of course, it'd be nice to see if Taylor Made's going to keep himself in that ring for much longer.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if Steve Quinlan could even make it back into the ring after that brief exchange with Samson. Mr. E now coming in to start his account for the night, immediately taking it to Taylor Made.
It's quite nice to see Mr. E back at TAW after, like we said, the pounding he got from Paul McSherry at Collision.
Well, I was wondering if he'd ever step foot in the ring again. He took some brutal F5s from Paul McSherry, so it's nice to see the man back in action.
Of course, suplex there.
Yeah, it was a beautifully executed suplex. Yeah, for a high collar suplex. Beautiful suplex there by Mr. E. Really taking it to Taylor Made. Ever since he lost that title, Taylor Made, he hasn't been the same.
No, he hasn't. He's like an old guy who won many titles back in the 80s and just hasn't got it anymore, but doesn't want to admit that. And Taylor Made is still young. Don't get me wrong.
We could name drop many superstars from over the years.
We certainly
can. I'm trying to remember if we've ever actually seen Taylor Made successfully win a fight. In our short stint so far with TAW.
I don't think we have we? He certainly hasn't. I can't think of one match he has won legitimately on himself, one-on-one.
Well, he lost Cage Warfare, of course, to Nate Nitro. Next event, he lost the belt in that 3 stages of hell. And I say, it seems like he's been on a downward spiral ever since, to be honest.
I don't think the confidence has gone from him. I just think he's lost concentration.
His head is not in the game.
It's not, is it? And poor old Steve Quinlan. This is what I was on about earlier with the tie. It's not the best decision to make, Mr. Quinlan.
Any extra limbs that your opponent could grab onto. It's not smart. It's not smart wrestling. But as we say, he's only been in a handful of matches, so hopefully he's going to learn sooner or later.
You've got to learn one way, haven't you?
That ties in the ring. It's just not the way.
It was a lovely takedown there by Mr. E using the tie.
Mr. E really showing what he could do. So after first time we saw him, he was in that match against Paul McSherry. Didn't really get in any offense whatsoever. Nice side suplex there. It's really nice to see Mr. E get in some offensive moves and really show what he can do. Really excelling so far in this match.
Of course, Steve Quinlan trying to get the referee out of the way, hide from the referee. He's back in the corner with Stephen and Taylor Made. Forgot his name. Probably going to kill me for that. And of course Taylor still doesn't want anything to do with it.
No, well then again, trying to inject himself in the match again there with the knee to the back of Mr. E. And now, of course, now he's got the upper hand. Now he shows us what he can do. Now, if you have the skill of Taylor Made, why? I just can't understand why you choose the tactics you choose.
Because it's easier.
Yeah, I guess.
It's easier for him. He doesn't want to put in the hard work. Or he wants to do the quick, get out of claws, rake the eyes, do the low blows. He's lazy. He's lost concentration. This is what I'm saying. He's lost concentration. He's just got lazy with himself. He's lost what he's trying to get for. Of course, he hates as he proves
Not,
there.
not one for the fans.
No.
I think ever since the demise of the primetime players in TAW, his mind has not been in the game, it's safe to say.
And of course, that was his own downfall, turning on Nate Nitro, the champion at TAW, and that's his own downfall. He's only got a 2 count in there on Mr. E.
But that's maybe his first 2 count in the match. Tagging Stephen John Quinlan III back in.
I can't wait to see Steve grow within TAW, because bless him, he's got his butt kicked, but he's still coming back for more. I would have thought that would be him out.
And I don't think we've ever seen him execute a move. That's possibly the 3rd suplex I've seen him try and pull off, and he still couldn't quite manage it.
And of course,
here we have Taylor Made causing the interference again. Mystery was clearly on there for a tag. Really strong back suplex there from Taylor Made. But still not enough for the 2 count.
Is Taylor Made the legitimate guy then? I missed the tag then.
The referee could have done as well. I wasn't 100% sure. The referee seems to be letting it go. Joseph Parker's just, I think he's just trying to control the chaos the best he can.
And of course, the fans trying to get Mr. E back on the feet, trying to get behind him, and of course, Taylor cuts him off.
As always. Now, this is smarter. You see, Taylor Made is making sure that there's no way that Mr. E is going to get over to that corner to tag in Samson. Brilliant little flapjack slam there.
Just a 2 count. Frustration on the face of Taylor Made at the moment.
I think I say at the moment that's it's pretty routine. I'd say that frustration from Taylor Made.
I'm sure he can't wait to get this match over with. He's going to leave straight away out here and go to the local nightclub in Dunstable and have a few Jaegers.
And here we see Stephen Quinlan's going up top, but yeah, as we remember last time, he's not a big fan of heights.
Is he going to get back down to the bottom rope as he did?
He's currently on the 2nd rope. No, he has gone back down to that 1st rope. Now, if you remember from Destiny, we saw him attempt this, and he failed then, just as he failed tonight. That was not very graceful.
Of course, Samson got the tag. He is in. He's against Steve Quinlan now into a lovely armbar and a sort of clothesline.
Short arm clothesline. Yeah. Now we have potentially the most experienced man in the ring versus the most unexperienced man in the ring. So surely this has got to be easy going for Samson. He's clearing house right now.
That's what I love to see.
Short arm clotheslines for each man and power slams for each man as well. Ooh. It's a nasty looking German suplex there.
Yeah, Steve Quinlan took a nasty fall there, didn't he?
Fell right on the back of his head. Samson's still not going to let up. He tags in Mr. E. Now we're going to see a proper top rope manoeuvre here from Mr. E.
This is how you do it, Steve.
And they escape the ring again. Taylor Made making the save right as Mr. E was about to try that top rope manoeuvre. Very reminiscent of a certain old tag team again.
And of course, it looks like that Taylor Made and Steve John Quinlan are leaving the arena.
Crowd calling chicken. It's hard to disagree with them if they really have just fled.
Because I don't blame them. Look at the stature of Samson.
Referee's count reaches 10. That's it. Samson and Mr. E get the win via count out. They don't really know what's happened. They don't look too impressed. But it would seem that Taylor Made has tucked his tail between his legs and ran.
Yeah, I'm sure the feud between Samson and Taylor Made is not over. I'm sure Samson still wants to get his hands around Taylor Made's little squeamish little chickeny neck.
Well, this is only going to serve to annoy Samson even more.
It certainly is.
Announcer Toby called in for a rematch.
Well, check this out. If you guys get counted out next time or disqualified in any other way, you will both be fired.
What an announcement from Toby.
That's one way to keep a match a match.
Taylor Made's not happy with that. So next time we see these two in the ring, if they want to take the low road out of here, they're going to have to go and find themselves work elsewhere.
And of course, work around for people who just walk away from an arena, from a match, is not going to come easily for the likes of Stephen John Quinlan and of course Taylor Made. If they're just going to walk out, I'm sure no promotion is going to touch them if they're going to carry on that way.
Yeah, nobody wants to hire a quitter. But brilliant outing there from Samson and Mr. E. I mean, in all honesty, I think, count out or not, they were going to have the victory there.
I think it was quite obvious. It was going to take a miracle if it was going to be Stephen Quinlan who's going to pin Samson, let alone Taylor Made to pin Samson.
So, of course, we've still got an awful lot to come tonight. We've got that massive battle royal to determine the #1 contender. Winner going straight into a match with Nate Nitro straight afterwards. That's all coming up later.